Switching, you gotta be ready to switch immediately off the screen. Look at, so screen gets set. Why is this player sagging? Okay? If this is what you're doing, switching, right now you're level to the screener. He comes off of it. This player immediately is underneath, so he can't slip it. And boom, you're ready to guard. Okay? And now you're battling for real estate early. Look what happens when you sag like. Look at all that sagging. So now you don't have any resistance until he's already on the block. And by that, it's way too easy, and it's 2 points. I mean, this is just horrible communication. I don't know what this is. Look at this. Why is someone should be who's got the ball? There's nobody here to take the ball. Why? Someone should be up right now. Communicate, okay? I got ball. I got ball. It should be communicated way beforehand, like now. Who's got the ball? But look what happens. Corey Joseph, no communication. What's going on here? Look at how late this player is to take the ball. So now this player is just going to blow right by him because he had to race up to take the ball, and it's going to lead to an easy 2. I mean, oh my God. Okay, so you always switch underneath. Right now, ball screen is set. Switch underneath and get underneath the screener. Because the Pistons are going to try and scram switch, but it's too early. He's got to get underneath the screener. Look at this. So you're you look at see how he switches over the top? They're going to scram switch, but you can't. Look at that. They're scram switching right now. That's way too early. It's going to lead to a dunk. You've got to switch. Okay. Stay underneath. Let this player get all the way down here. Then this player here can slide over, and you can go scram switch in the corner. But you're scram switching way too. I mean, you can't scram switch now. This player's coming up to scram switch. Obviously, this is gonna happen. This is why you don't guard beyond the 3-point line. Let's take a look. Who cares that your man is at half court? Get underneath the 3-point line so that you're in the gaps. So now there's no place, and this player can angle him and force him to the middle of the floor because there's nowhere he's gonna go. I'm in the gaps. I'm in the gaps right here, right? And my man's at half court, so it's you easily are there, stunt, recover out to half court or whatever. But you look at this. This player's defending out beyond the 3-point line, so now there's a driving lane that should never be there, and it's just going to lead to an easy 2 for Cleveland. This is a horrendous switch. Look at this. You always switch underneath. Right now, ball screen's coming. So this player's up. This player's underneath the screener. Look what happens. Where's this player going? So now this lob pass is there. You get underneath when you switch onto the screener. Right now, underneath the screener, if that's what your ball screen defense is switching. When you switch over the top, now look, now this is allowed to happen, and it's a 2-shot foul. Okay, first of all, what is this switch? There's no ball screen getting set. Why are you asking for a switch? Okay? But if you are going to ask for a switch here, right now, do it, right? You got to be calling it out now. So this player can get here and battle for real estate early. Cade Cunningham can then come over here, right? But look at how this player is going to stay with this man too long. Okay, so now look how late this switch is. I don't get this switch at all, but it happened, or you're calling it out. This switch is, look at this. This player's going towards his man. Cade Cunningham's asking him to switch. You're asking him to switch too late. Like right now, say switch. So I'm here, I'm battling for real estate early. I'm going to fly over here and take this man, okay? But this switch is called out way too late, so now look. Now Lauri Markkanen's got this man sealed. So what's that going to do? It's going to require a double team, and now everybody's scrambling, and it's going to lead to an eventual layup for Cleveland because of that. Okay, so Marvin Bagley can't sag, okay? Look at this sagging right here, okay? Right now, look at this. You cannot do this, okay? That you have to get up and battle for ground. Now, what also can't happen? What is this player doing? Why is your back to the sideline? Open up, back to the baseline, and you should be easily a step in, okay? So now I'm seeing ball, I'm seeing man, and now Marvin Bagley can get up, he can force him this way right into the gap help, and it's just stunt, recover, okay? But Marvin Bagley sagging This defender's out of position without question. There is no arguing that. And now look. So now Marvin Bagley's sagging. So this player's going to, look at Marvin Bagley doesn't even make contact with him until he's in the lane, and it's just going to lead to an easy little layup right there. That's just atrocious defense. Horrible gamble here, okay? So right now, look at the stop, okay? You're up. Just force him to the middle. I have a gap defender who can take a half step in this way, and you're fine, okay? So you're not gambling. You're up, right? You're not giving up real estate. You're up, okay? You're forcing him this way, okay, where a gap defender is going to slide in just a half step this way so that I can stunt, get the dribble picked up and recover, but you can't gamble. Look at this gamble right here. Awful. And it's going to lead to 2. Can't cheat the down screen. It's just like a ball screen, okay? Right now, just get attached to this player's hip, okay? You're attached to his hip. If he comes off the down screen, it's fine because this player is going to be attached and show. So he's not going to be able to curl. He's going to have to go out, and you can just simply chase off his hip, okay? But look, this player is going to lean towards the down screen early, okay, which you cannot do, just like a ball screen. Look at this. See that lean towards the down screen early? Now he's going to refuse the down screen, get into, and what does that do? Now that forces backside help, okay? That forces backside help, so they're going to swing it here. This player's never going to have time to get out here. He's going to beat him on a rip-and-go drive, okay? And then that forces help at the rim, and there's then again, the defense is scrambling because right here, I got to help the helper here, so that leaves the corner wide open. I've just given up numbers because I cheated a down screen forcing backside help when it should never be there, and it leads to an open 3. Can't cheat the screen early. Look what's going to happen here. Okay, so this player is going to cheat this screen. Again, make him use this screen. All right? Your ball screen defense should be able to take care of it. Okay? But look what this guard, look what Cade Cunningham's going to do here. Look at this. See how he's leaning towards the screen before this player actually comes off it? So now this player's just going to be able to refuse the screen, get into the lane, draw help, and it's going to lead to a 2-shot foul. So first of all, you don't need to switch the screen. Putting Marvin Bagley on a guard on the perimeter is a disaster. Okay? Get up and hedge. All right? Force this player this way. I got easy backside help sliding over here. Okay? And I'm good. All right? But, all right, so you switch Marvin Bagley onto a guard. You know, and it's Darius Garland. You know you're going to get toasted here. So this player's got to be way more heavily into the gaps. His man is 4 steps beyond the 3-point line. Whatever. Get into this area here. Take a half step back to the baseline so that when this player comes this way, stunt, recover. You don't have to move. You'll be fine. You've got to be heavy in the gaps when Darius Garland is switched onto Marvin Bagley on the perimeter. You got to stop his dribble right here, right? So again, this player's back is to the baseline, and he's a little bit more over this way, okay? So boom, it's stunt, recover. But you leave Marvin Bagley on an island with Darius Garland on a horrible switch, and it just leads to a wide open layup. What is this? This is like a switch, but not a switch? Like, here's the ball screen. Look at this. We got 2 people going towards the screener. So now I've just given this player all this space in the world. What are you doing? Like, right now, the communication's got to be now. Okay? It can't be late. It's right now. Okay? Switch. Okay? So now this player can know he immediately can get underneath the screener so he can't slip it, and this player's immediately ready to guard. But, and again, like, if this player's up and ready to guard, I got a gap defender right here so I can bring him to the middle of the floor. Okay? But look at this distance. Like, this, you can't guard someone with this much runway. Okay? I can't force him into any gap help. I can't do anything. I can't guard him one-on-one. So because of this god-awful switch with no communication, it's going to let this player get right to the rim and an easy 2. You don't go over the top of a dribble handoff, all right? Ball screen gets set, all right? Whether it's a fake dribble handoff or a handoff. If this player comes this way, this player just needs to take a half step to a step back, let this player through, and he meets him on the other side. When you go over the top of a handoff, this is a fake dribble handoff, this happens. Look at this. Look at now how you're beat because you didn't because of you didn't defend that handoff or fake dribble handoff like you're supposed to, and it's a layup. So first of all, again, you don't guard this dribble handoff the right way. You don't go over the top of a dribble handoff. Kelly Olynyk needs to take a step back, let him through, okay? But you go over the top of the dribble handoff. Look at how hard it is to play defense now. Now he's never able to really get set. But problem number 2 is, let's watch Kelly Olynyk, okay? The shot is up. The shot's going up right now. You've got to, again, turn your body. You've got to get your entire body with a wide base and your butt into this player right here, pushing him out. So you're the only one that can get the offensive rebound. I don't know how does this happen? It looks like Kelly Olynyk is trying to box him out with his body, with his front part of his body towards him. You have, again, shots going up, immediately turn, get your butt into this player and push him out. So you're the only one to get the offensive rebound. But Kelly Olynyk doesn't box him out like he's supposed to, and it leads to an easy offensive rebound, and you got to foul him, and it sends the Cavs to the line because they're in the bonus. Again, more terrible box outs. This is off of a free throw miss, okay? So Jeremy Grant has got to make sure he is ahead of Kevin Love here, right? Get your butt into him, force him out so he can't get the rebound. That's mistake number 1. Look how Kevin Love gets inside leverage here, trying to get this offensive rebound. Mistake number 2 is we don't need 2 people boxing this player out. Right now, Kelly Olynyk here can just get his butt into this player, and someone's got to box out the shooter. This is so elementary. This player here's got to come over, box out, get his butt into the shooter so that the shooter cannot get the rebound. But nobody boxes out the shooter. Jeremy Grant gives up inside leverage on Kevin Love for I don't know what reason. But so this player's able to get a tap back. But look at this shooter. Why is this shooter here have nobody boxing him out? That's ridiculous. So now this tap that first of all should never have been allowed, this should be a tap right into a Pistons player right here. But because nobody took out the shooter, now this player here gets it, and then it's just back and forth we go with tips, and it's 2. Horrible transition defense. First of all, this player cannot be just backpedaling, because you're just going to backpedal your way into this offensive player getting a layup. But number 2 is that these players here need to sprint back to the three-point line. It doesn't matter that your guys are out beyond half court. Get into the gaps here, okay? You should be right here so that when this player can step up, force him to the middle, and again, there's no place for him to go. And Cleveland's going to have to set up into their half-court offense. But these players are way out here. This player's just going to backpedal. There's nobody in the gaps, and you're just backpedaling and giving up an and one layup. Fronting the post is very difficult, all right? So this player gets cross-matched in transition onto the big right here for Cleveland. So he's doing a pretty good job, though. Look at this. Like right now, stop. You don't need to front the post. Keep battling and pushing him out and make him catch further. We can dig in the post right here, okay? Or we can drop and dig in the post. We have players that can dig in the post. Just stay behind and push him out, okay? But you front the post, fine. Fronting the post is tough because look at this. This backside defender can't be standing here. If this lob pass here gets made, it's 2 points, okay? Or bad things happen. This player's got to already be over here so that this pass can't get made. And then you X out. If a skip pass is made here, it's boom, okay? But when you front the post, you cannot allow this lob pass to get made. Well, the backside help is really late getting there, and again, it's 2 points. First of all, this is horrendous defense by Kelly Olynyk, okay? The ball's in the corner. Why are you standing here? You got cross-matched onto Cedi Osman in transition. Get out this way, okay, so that you can go with them. Look what happens. Kelly Olynyk is just standing in total no man's land. Okay, total no man's land. Look what happens. He's so far unattached from... Look at this. Here's Cedi Osman. Here's Kelly Olynyk. I guess these players here, like right now you get cross-matched. Kelly Olynyk, you got to go take Osman. These 2 players take these 2 players for the Cavs. Okay? You cannot... Look at this. Well, I don't know what this is. You got to stay with Osman. Okay? And Kelly, you can see... Okay, Kelly Olynyk's calling for a switch now. Way too late. This player's already inside the lane. He's not going to be able to get out in time. You have to stay with Osman right now. okay? And if you want to switch onto this player here, I guess you got to call it out now. So this player goes here, you go here, okay? But you really need, it should really be, this is Kelly Olynyk. You got cross-matched in transition, fine. Go to Osman. You can't just leave him like this. And what happens? Wide open catch and shoot three. Why are you sagging off Darius Garland so much? Look at this. Look at how much this player's sagging off of him. What is this? Okay? You're guarding right here. Get up. Okay? Push him to the middle. I got a gap defender right here. Everything will be fine. Right? I'll be able to stunt right here and recover. Okay? But look at how much this player's sat. Look at that. What on earth is happening? So now this player's sagged off. So now you're going to have to fly out to the three-point line. So now you're beat, okay? So as opposed to just sending him to the middle of the floor where there's gap help, now you're beat. And now you can't be in the gap because because you should just be guarding him right here, okay? But when this ball gets swung here, this defender is going to force him to the middle of the floor. So we're going to drop, right? Shell drill. Ball's in the corner here. We're at the elbow. So this player comes this way, I can stunt, I can recover, okay? So you're way out of position, okay? And then this player, well, at this point it doesn't matter because there's no gap help right here, okay? So this player is he's gonna let his man go baseline, but it doesn't matter. Even if you let him go middle, you're out of position because you sagged off so much. So it's gonna let him get right to the rim. And it's going to be a layup for Cleveland and one. Again, horrible transition defense, all right? So first of all, this player is just lollygagging back. It doesn't matter that your man is out here. You've got to be sprinting to the three-point line, okay? Get right here. And then this player here cannot just be backpedaling and letting his man all the way to the rim. At some point, you got, like right now, okay, this player should be stepping up. This player should not be outside the three-point line because he should have been sprinting back here, and now I'm forcing him right here where there's no place for him to go. But this player's not in the gaps where he's supposed to be. This defender is just going to backpedal his way and allow this man to get all the way to the rim, and it's going to be a two-shot foul. So I don't know. I have no idea what this defender's doing. Look at this. The Cavs don't set a screen. They don't set a screen. So what is this player doing this far over? Why are you in? Again, outside. Maybe you have one step on the block, okay? Wide stance, back to the baseline, okay? But you're not supposed to be inside the block in the charge circle. Again, first of all, our gap defender's right here. So if anything happens, we're going to stunt and recover right here. You should be out this way. You're just, again, in no man's land. So now when this skip pass gets made, you're going to have to fly out to the three-point line, and it's just going to be a rip-and-go drive, and now the defense is scrambling because of that, and it's going to lead to an easy two. Okay, so again, you're sagging, which is just giving Darius Garland a runway. Look at this. You're sagging. So now you're going to end up backpedaling, and it's going to allow Darius Garland to get right to the rim. Look at this. You don't even start to give him any resistance until it's too late, and it's going to be a two-shot foul. So, again, what do? All right? First of all, you bring him this way. This player should be yelling out, help side, help side, help side, so that this player knows to angle his body and bring Darius Garland this way. Then I'm not sagging, because I know I can get beat a little bit because I got a gap defender right here. It's just stunt, recover, all right? So you allow Darius Garland to go this way. You end up just backpedaling too far. You don't bring him into where you have a gap defender, and it's a disaster, all right? You're going to end up giving up a two-shot foul. Bad defense. This is bad defense. Look at this. You let the ball go here, so now look, you're giving up the baseline where there's absolutely no help, okay? How does a good defensive team defend this situation? So, stop. Ball gets swung here, all right? I am immediately shifting my body to force him in the middle of the floor. Then Kelly Olynyk's got to react. This is the shell drill in a game, right? You're at the elbow, so that when this player comes this way, I can stunt, I can recover. Okay? So Kelly Olynyk needs to drop to right about here, to the elbow. All right? He's about, he can maybe even drop a little bit more. I wouldn't say that. If he's here, he's halfway between, he's close to halfway between the ball and his man. He could maybe even drop a little bit more right here. Because again, if you don't have to move your feet inward first, you can get back out. So now he's already in position, doesn't have to move. Okay? Now Jeremy Grant can get his body and bring him to the middle of the floor. Because now I can stunt and I can recover. Okay? Because I'm not moving my feet inward. But Kelly Olynyk doesn't drop. Jeremy Grant is just going to let this player go baseline, and it's a disaster. It ends up leading to a foul, and Cleveland's in the bonus, so it's 2 shots. Again, gap defense, you have to be in position right now, okay? Shell drill. Ball's right here. Why is Cade Cunningham standing at the three-point line? Get in position. It's all about footwork. If Cade Cunningham is already right here and does not have to take his feet inward at all to get into the gap, he'll always be able to stunt and recover because his feet aren't taking him inward. Let's zoom. Well, first of all, let's let this play develop a little bit. Okay, but look at this. Let's zoom in on Cade Cunningham. Look at how he's because he's at the three-point line, now he's got to scramble to get back in the gaps. And look at his feet. See how his feet are taking him inward first? Then you're not going to be able to get back outward. So now it's a rip-and-go drive, and it's going to lead to force help, and it's going to be a dunk. Now, of course, the other thing, so again, right now, Cade Cunningham, drop and get into the gap, okay? You should be right here, so you don't have to move, okay? They're going to force this defender this way. There's no place for him to go. Stunt, easy recovery. Now, the other thing that Cade Cunningham should be doing is look at his closeout. Why is he letting him go this way? Force him this way, where you have what? A gap defender. But you're forcing him away from the middle of the floor, and now you got to help at the rim. There's no one to help the helper, so it's a dunk. Again, why are you guarding beyond the three-point line? Look at this right here, okay? What is the? I can't even see this player's man in the picture. Get beneath the three-point line. Okay? So that when Karis LeVert comes this way, I can stunt, get his dribble picked up and recover. First of all, don't sag. Okay? You can see right here, you're sagging off LeVert, so you're just letting him get into his move early. See, look at, you're not going to even resist his drive until he's already in the lane. But that doesn't matter. What matters is this player guarding beyond the three-point line. Drop. I can't even see your man in the picture. What are you denying? Someone at half court. Drop, okay? Now I'm right here. So when Karis LeVert comes this way, it's stunt, it's recover all the way to half court or wherever your man is. But you're not in the gaps. This player's sagging. It's a total disaster. It's an easy 2 for Cleveland. Okay, so this is a cross-match situation off of an offensive rebound. So Jeremy Grant is going to be left guarding one-on-one with Darius Garland. Now, the Cavs are going to clear out the weak side of the floor for Darius Garland to go one-on-one because they like that matchup. Well, problem number 1 is Jeremy Grant is sagging. Okay, that's problem number 1. The other thing is I have options. Whenever a team clears out like this, I can double. And it's not a double where I come all the way here and trap. Okay, it's just you slide over here. So Jeremy Grant can force this defender to the middle of the floor right into a second defensive player for Detroit. Because when you clear out the weak side of the floor, look what happens. This player can occupy these 2 players 2 passes away. If this big cuts, great. He's cutting right into this man right here. Okay? So, and then you can X out of it depending on where the ball goes, but it doesn't get that far, so we can't break it down here. But you can't sag, and you can't give up baseline. Because look what happens. Now I give up I'm sagging, so I'm letting Darius Garland have look at this sagging. I'm giving Darius Garland a runway to get right into his moves, and now you're forced to hand check because you're guarding one-on-one. Cleveland is in the bonus right here, so this ends up being 2 shots. It's just bad defense all the way around from multiple different people. This is horrible communication in transition. Okay, so right now, look, all right, so right now, Kelly Olynyk's got to say, I got this guy, you take ball. It's got to be you take ball. You have to communicate in transition, always. You get cross-matched, whatever. You go find a body. But look at this. We're going to have this player go towards the ball and this player go towards the ball. Kelly Olynyk's got to say, take ball, I got this guy. But look at this. See, we got 2 players guarding the ball, then we're going to have 2 players falling back. So this is a disaster, and this is what happens when you don't communicate. Look at this. We got this player goes to take the ball. Kelly Olynyk is dropping into no man's land as opposed to just staying up here. So he's never able to, he's going to have to fly. He's never going to be able to actually guard Darius Garland, and it just leads to an open jumper. Okay, so this is, first of all, a really bad switch. You can't sag when you switch. Look at this. If you're switching this, Cade Cunningham's got to be up and ready to guard, okay? Because he's sagging, he's not able to get out in time, and he has to awkwardly guard this player one-on-one. But really where the ire of this play is what is this player doing? Why are you out beyond the three-point line? Okay? Like, what? You should be dropped a step at least. So now I'm here. My man's 5 steps from the three-point line. Wonderful. Get in the gaps. Drop. So that when this player comes this way, I can stunt and I can easily recover back out in time. Okay? Because my feet aren't moving in. I'm already there. But it's a bad switch. This player here is not in the gaps, and it's just going to lead to a wide open dunk. Horrible transition defense here. You cannot just backpedal your way and allow this offensive player to get 2. Like right now, you got to come up, cut off the ball, bring him this way. Isaiah Stewart's in the gaps. He's not going to be able to go anywhere. Instead of backpedaling, you've got to step up and take the ball. Isaiah Stewart's going to get here, and there's going to be no place for him to go. But look what you just backpedal, and there's just absolutely no defense whatsoever, and it's a layup. Okay, so this is a down screen. It looks like a down screen here, but it's going to turn into a cross screen. What on earth is Isaiah Stewart doing? It doesn't matter what type of screen it is. You got to be level right now to this man's setting a screen. You got to be level to the screener, okay? Because if this is a down screen, I got to be ready to show, okay? But if this is a cross screen, all right, which it is, Isaiah Stewart's got to bump this man off his target. So he should be level to the screener, and once he notices it's a cross screen, I switch so I can bump this player off his spot, and this player has time to get through. That's how you defend a cross screen. But Isaiah Stewart is doing God knows what. So now his man gets hit with the cross screen. The offensive player never gets bumped off his spot. And it's just going to lead to him catching it down low, way too far, and it's a 2-shot foul. First, this is bad ball screen defense, okay? Look at this. What's the defense here? It looks like this player's hedging. So if this player's hedging, Isaiah Stewart should not be going underneath. He should be cutting off this middle space here, and my backside defender needs to get aggressive. This player sinks down and occupies the 2 players 2 passes away. Okay? If Isaiah Stewart is going, okay, so if Isaiah Stewart's supposed to go under, then this player can't be hedging. He's got to be jamming the screener right here so that Isaiah Stewart can much easily go under. Because look at this. I don't know what this ball screen defense is, but Isaiah Stewart is not able to guard. This should not be where the post-up begins. Isaiah Stewart should have been on the other side much quicker, and the post-up should be beginning out here. Okay, so that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is obvious. Okay, Cade Cunningham, if you're doubling, the backside has got to be ready. If you're coming to double, we got to help the helper. Okay, you got to slide in. And then this player can't be staring at the post because he has to X out. This player then needs to be over here. So if a kick out pass gets made here, it's just X out. It's there, and then the man that went to double X's out there. Okay? But it doesn't even get that far because you double the post, which, by the way, is too low anyways because you defended that ball screen so poorly. So there's no one to help the helper on the double, and it's a dunk. More bad transition defense, okay? So what's Isaiah Stewart doing, okay? Go find a body, all right? The gap help's going to come from right here, which reminds me, why is this player out so far? I can't even see his man in the picture. Get level here so that if this player does try to drive, you can stunt and recover. Isaiah Stewart's got to get out more close to here because look at this. Right now he should be up, okay, and starting to bang, battling for real estate. So this post-up starts all the way out here, right? Okay? But you're sagging so much. Look at this. You're not going to even resist this post up until he's already almost in the charge circle, which by then is too late, and it's an easy 2. Again, not in the gaps. Right now, this player is perfect, okay? The ball's in the corner. You should have your back to the sideline. This defender is doing a great job here one-on-one, okay? But look what happens. This player comes, what? Why did you stop? Keep your back to the sideline, because now I can just dig at this, right? And now I'm getting Darius Garland's dribble picked up now, okay? I am digging. Easy recovery because I'm already in, because I don't have to move my feet inward. But this player goes from being with his back to the sideline like he should be when the ball is coming from the corner to closing off. Instead of opening up, he's closing off like this. Stay open so I can stunt, recover. But now I'm giving Darius Garland all this real estate now to make whatever moves you want to make without any gap help, and look what happens. It's going to lead to a fadeaway jumper. This is why you don't sag, okay? Look at this sagging right here. One is because it's giving Caris LeVert a runway to get into his move, okay? Number 2, though, is also, look at this defender. Why are you hugging the three-point line? I do not care that my man is 5 steps beyond the three-point line. You can easily take another step over, okay? And still back to the baseline, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to worry about. This player should be up, pressuring the ball, force him right into your gap defender right here, and you're good. But look what the sagging allows Caris LeVert to get into his move early. So now instead of the dribble getting picked up right out here, look at this. There's a little runway here. So now look, now his dribble's picked up inside the lane, and that's going to lead to a layup. All right, so they're isolating Evan Mobley against Isaiah Stewart. One, we got a problem. Never guard beyond the three-point line. Get into the gaps. Be in position. Back to the baseline. I'm seeing my man. I'm seeing the ball. I don't care that my man's 5 steps behind the three-point line. All right? Get into the gaps, okay? So that when Evan Mobley comes this way, I can stunt, and I am easily able to recover because I don't have to move, okay? But the other thing is that when they ISO the weak side of the floor like this, you can always bring a double team. This player steps up here. This player now just slides up a little bit, and he guards 2 passes away. Okay, you got to work on it. So if the swing pass gets here, it's an X out. Boom, boom. Okay, if this player cuts then to 1 pass away, you got to communicate it, and this player now sags down and is responsible for these 2 players. And if a swing pass gets made, it's to there, okay? It's boom, boom. You X out of it. So I have options. I can be in the gaps, which is the easiest one, where I'm right here, so that when this player comes this way, I can stunt and easily recover back out to get his dribble picked up early, or I can double with an X out, okay? But instead, you're just going to leave Isaiah Stewart on an island, and it's a 2-shot foul. You got to call out a flare screen. Ball's going to get thrown here. This player's going to come off a flare. So right now, look at this. You can see your man setting a flare screen. You got to be calling out this player here whose man is setting that screen. Flare, flare, flare. So this player can easily step over the top and not get hit with the screen. But he clearly doesn't call out that there's a flare screen coming because look what happens. He gets hit with the flare screen, so now it just leads to a wide open catch and shoot 3. Okay, 1, this is bad positioning. Okay, we're going to look at this defender right here. Right now, I need to be sprinting to where I need to be on the floor. Okay, so where is that? I'm at the elbow. That's totally fine. That's where you want to be. You want to be at the elbow. Never are you supposed to be in the middle of the free throw line, okay? You're in the gaps, your back's to the baseline, you're at the elbow, you can see ball, you can see man, then you don't have to move. If this player comes this way, you can stunt without moving your feet. That's the key. If you're in position already and you can just stunt without moving your feet, you'll easily have time on the air pass to get out, on the air time that pass to get out. But let's look again. He's lollygagging back, so he's not in position. So look when this drive's starting right now, right? Now, again, he's out of position anyways, but even if he was, this doesn't work, because let's look at his feet. Look at how his feet are taking him back. That step back just delays you getting out to the three-point line. So you give up a catch-and-shoot three. Okay? So again, he's out of position. He should not be in the middle of the free throw line right there. He should have a foot on the elbow, okay? And then he can't move his feet. He should already be in position here, back to the baseline. So here I can stunt without moving my feet and recover. But let's see he's just lollygagging back, not in the position he's supposed to be. So look when this drive's coming now. Okay, look. See how he moves his feet back? That means you're never going to get back out to the three-point line, and then that will be a catch-and-shoot three. Bad transition defense. Let's take a look at this player. Why is this player lollygagging back and not sprinting back so we can keep the numbers the way they are? Look at this. Look at this. Look at that little lollygag right. What is that lollygag right there? Let's back it up. Here's the lollygag. Look at this. See that little lollygag? No. Sprint to get back beneath the three-point line. Because look at right here, okay? There's the lollygagging right there. So now, as opposed to him sprinting back and being able to guard the ball straight up one-on-one, he's still not able to get there. So now what's this player going to do? He's just going to take it and go right into the lane for an easy two. And that all happened because of that little lollygag that started at half court for some reason. More awful transition defense. Where's the communication? You're not getting back to random spots on the floor. You're getting back to bodies. Let's take a look. So right here, why is it this player just taking the ball? Right now say, I got ball. So Marvin Bagley can go find another body to find. Okay, that should be really what happens. Okay, but this player then doesn't take the ball. Well, Kelly Olynyk's got this man. Kelly Olynyk's got to say, I got this guy. I got this guy. Okay, so this player knows then I need to leave and go find where an open body is. Okay, but look what happens. Again, no communication. I have two people guarding one, which means there's going to be nobody guarding another, and it's this trail man right here, and it's a catch-and-shoot three. Okay, so this is just simply a bad box out. I don't even know what else there is to say. Look at this. Shots up. Okay, you got to go find your man, get your butt into his jersey, and keep him away from the paint. So now the only person that's getting the rebound is you, okay? But when you don't box out, look, he's going to ball watch on the shot. Now this player's able to leak in from behind. And what turns into what should just be the only person getting the rebound is you. Now this long rebound becomes a 50-50 ball, and that player gets it. You're out of position to then guard on the next possession that you give them, and it's an open catch and shoot three, all because you just didn't box out. So what are you doing on this screen? I don't understand. What again? If you're in drop coverage, you got to be fighting over the top. I hate drop coverage because you just give up open threes like this, and by then it's too late and it's a 3-shot foul. Okay, but it looks. I guess are you trying to switch this? I would hedge this. Okay, push this player out. Backside helps right here on the roll. Okay. But if you're but you can't. The point is, first of all, Kelly Olynyk, I hate drop coverage, so I would never be in drop coverage. Kelly Olynyk's got to be right here, level to the screener, okay? Because we're either switching or hedging, okay? And if we're switching, then on this screen, this has to get communicated, and Kelly Olynyk's got to be level to the screener, right? Level to the screener. It's like the switch gets called now, okay? Switch. And now Kelly Olynyk is level to the screener so that when this player gets this ball and comes off the screen, boom, I'm up here ready to guard. But he's not ready to guard because he's sagging off the screener, and he's going to eventually have to foul him, and it's a 3-shot foul. It's just ridiculous. This is off of a 3, goes in, okay? Everybody's got to be racing back now. You got to be sprinting back, okay? Everybody, get back. Everybody sprint back. You certainly can, especially because we got a player here. You can't let anyone behind you. Shot goes in, sprint back. There is no lollygagging. Look what happens when you lollygag. Now look. Now this player's behind you, and now you just give up an open dunk. That is pathetic. All right, so we have multiple problems here. One, there's a down screen getting set here that you don't defend at all, okay? What is this big doing? Your man's setting a down screen. You have got to get attached and show. So this player can't curl. You force him to have to go out more. And that means this chase then can get through. Because you don't defend this down screen, look at the separation. Now, look at the separation. So now, coming off a dribble handoff, where should be no separation, and I can just defend it, take a step back, let him through, okay? I can't do that now. Now I have to switch. So when you switch, you got to be level to the screener. It should be right. It's bang, bang. Boom, boom. Switch onto the screener. Okay, but look at this player sack. Look at he's not level to the screener. So now you're just giving this player a free runway. Now that's mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is this player's fine right now. Zoom in. Look at that. He's got a foot on the elbow. Perfect. Back to the baseline. There's no place for this player to come through. It's jab, recover. But watch what this player ends up doing. Watch what this player ends up doing. Look at this. He leaves the gap. Why? Now you just opened up a driving lane for no reason. You should always, the shell drill. Ball's at the top of the key. I'm perfect right here. Okay? This player comes this way. There's no place for him to go. Stunt, recover. It's all about footwork. You cannot take your feet in first. You have to be in position. But this player leaves the gap. And now look at this. Now he's outside of the elbow. So now he's not in the gaps. This player has a driving lane he should never have, and it's a layup. All right, I hate drop coverage, but this is even a bad version of drop coverage. Right here, what's this big doing? You got to get underneath the ball. You cannot, if you're the only thing keeping him from just driving straight to the rim. But when you're not there in time, look at this. It's just right to the rim while you draw help, and then it's 2. Okay? So this big should not be here. He should be sliding this way. Okay? But of course, you know what I would rather do. Just up. Hedge and keep this player out this way. Look at this. There's no place. The backside help is right here. You're fine. Nothing can happen there. Now I'm pushing this dribbler's ball hand. The ball handler's dribble out towards the sideline, out more towards half court, okay? And my backside defender can be right there. But if you're going to run drop coverage, this big's got to get underneath the ball. And when he doesn't, look, now it's just a free rim right to the lane, draw help, 2. Horrific ball screen defense. I mean, it's not much of a screen, but it's enough. So, what are you doing here? Are you hedging with backside help here? Okay? Are you in drop coverage where you're trying to fight over the top and you're staying underneath the ball right here, and then you hopefully can have this guy slide over a little bit to be in drop coverage there? Are you switching where this player goes here and this player steps up? The Pistons do nothing. There is no ball screen defense. Look at this. Screen gets set. Nobody defends. There's no ball screen coverage whatsoever. So it's a layup. Horrible transition defense. You don't get back to random spots on the floor. You find bodies, okay? What is this player doing right here? This player's got this player. There's nothing here, okay? I've got to go find a body. I got to look for a body. I see a body here. All right, this player's got this body. All right, I see someone. I see him just entering the screen. We'll move it up a little bit. I see someone right here. Go find this body. Communicate it. You got to communicate. This player is going to slide over and take here. So he should be calling out. Someone should be calling out to take this player right here, because we can't have 2 people guarding 1. Okay, and that's what happens when you get back to random spots on the floor and you don't find bodies. Okay, this player needs to swing up here and guard this player. But we got 2 people guarding 1. That player is just standing in total no man's land, and it's just a wide open 3. What a disaster. So the Pistons switch this ball screen. This is why you can never switch over the top. Right now you see the screen coming. So it should be called switch, switch, switch. So this player is immediately underneath, and this player is immediately up. When you switch over the top like this, look how he switches over the top. Okay? Now they can just throw this lob pass right over. And then at that point, you're done. Look at where he's catching the ball. In the charge circle, too easy, 2 points. And you cannot switch over the top. Look at this. You're switching over the top. So now you're letting this player establish ground in the post. Instead of right now, okay, I'm underneath the screener. Okay? Because now I'm pushing him out now. Pushing him out. Pushing him out, pushing him out immediately. Look what happens when you switch over the top, okay? And then you're going to scram switch. So if you are scram switching right here, like Cade Cunningham's got to come right now, okay? He's got to come there, and then you got to immediately sprint over there. Because again, when you scram switch late like this, I would just rather just have this player get underneath the screener and battle him for real estate. Push him out immediately. But if you're going to scram switch, Cade Cunningham's got to come right. Cade Cunningham right here has got to come right now. And then you can sprint over there. All right? Because Cade Cunningham's going to scram switch too late. Look at this. You're scram switching. He's in the charge circle. It's too late. You got to be battling for real estate early. Again, if the scram switch comes, it's got to be right now. Cade Cunningham's up and pushing for real estate. You're sprinting over to Cade Cunningham's man because you're letting him catch the ball too low. Again, he's catching the ball right on the block. It's too late. So that's mistake number one. Mistake number two, if you're going to double like this, you obviously have to help the helper. Someone has to slide down and occupy the opposite block, or this happens. Double comes, wide open, dunk. Just awful. Just pathetic. Okay, look at this. Down screen's getting set. It's getting set high, but whatever. What is this player doing? Your man is setting a down screen. Back it up. You got to stay attached with him as you see him getting ready to set a screen. Because right now, I have got to be attached and showing so that this player can't curl. Okay? If I'm showing, this player has to go out, and now this chase can happen. But look what happens when you don't stay attached and show. See? Now he's able to just curl right off it. This player's not able to get over in time. And so now it's just you're able to curl right off a down screen into a layup. Pathetic. Okay, so first of all, this is a terrible switch. I would just never switch this ball screen. Look at this. The Pistons are going to switch Isaiah Stewart onto Darius Garland, which the Cavs are just going to isolate, and Darius Garland's just going to dust them. Okay? So first of all, I would never switch this. I would hedge this. Push Darius Garland this way. Look at this. The backside defender, you're walking. The backside defender is already there. So there's nothing to even worry about. But I'm keeping Isaiah Stewart on a big and a guard guarding Darius Garland who can stay with him on the perimeter. Okay, so you make this horrible switch. Okay, so now the Cavs, look at this. The Cavs are just ISOing, putting everybody to the weak side of the floor, or they're ISOing this matchup right here. Okay, so what can I do? Well, one, I can be in the gaps, which this player certainly isn't doing. He's beyond the three-point line. He can drop to right here. Isaiah Stewart can get up, force him to the middle so that I can stunt and then recover, okay? Or I can double team. This player can come up here just to have a double. This player slides down here. We got multiple options. The ball gets swung here. It's just an X out. Boom, boom, okay? Or if the guy slides down here and he just passes it here, it's right back up here. And then Cade Cunningham, who would be doubling, then this player pushes out to the corner and Cade Cunningham takes this man. Okay? But what you cannot do is leave Darius Garland on an island one-on-one with Isaiah Stewart on the perimeter. Again, I would never have switched the ball screen anyway, so this wouldn't have happened. But you certainly can't leave him on an island. Dust some 2 points. This just has to stop. It has to stop. Stop switching Isaiah Stewart onto Darius Garland, okay? First of all, there's 2 ball screens set. I'm hedging the first. Well, if you want to switch this one, fine. But I am not switching this, okay? And first of all, Jeremy Grant can easily get over the top of the screen. Look at the separation between the screener and the ball handler, okay? But if you want, you can also hedge, right? Up, close this middle off so he can't split, okay? And you're hedging. And look at this. Again, the backside defender is literally right there, so there's nothing I'm worrying about. But stop switching Isaiah Stewart on to Darius Garland, okay? Because again, the Cavs get a perfect matchup they want, okay? And they're just going to ISO this, okay? So what do you have to do? All right, now you've got a double. There's no way you're going to be able to get in the gaps on this. This player's got to come over and double, okay? You just step over here and double. Isaiah Stewart can press up because if he gets beat, there's another defender there, okay? So then this player's over here, and then again, this player just sinks down a little bit. If it gets swung here, it's an X out. Boom, boom, okay? Or again, if it goes here, it's just up and then back there, okay? Or if it goes there, you can go swing pass, sink down, swing pass here, up, This player moves. The man that went to double just drops down onto this man. Whatever. I would never, ever even let Isaiah Stewart go one-on-one with Darius Garland ever, so I wouldn't have to create all of these, doubling and Xing out or whatever, potential landmines, okay? But this is a total mismatch that you have to stop allowing. Again, Darius Garland's going to get into the lane, draw help, wide open catch and shoot three, all because of such a horrible mismatch that was created on the perimeter by switching. All right, so again, this is about being in the gaps, and this is about not sagging off on the ball, okay? 1, I don't want to sag here. I want to get up, okay? 2, why is this player guarding beyond the three-point line? His man's at half court. Beautiful. Drop. Get into the gaps, okay? So, again, I'm pressing up so that this player, I can get this dribble picked up easily out here. Stunt, and then recover to half court where your man is if you want. But get in the gap so this dribble gets picked up right here, okay? And get up so that the dribble gets picked up as far out as possible in the gaps, which should be somewhere out here, okay? But this player's guarding beyond the three-point line. This player's sagging. There's no help into the gaps. And now, again, look at when you sag. See? Now you're not even able to put any resistance on this ball handler until he's already in the lane. So I missed a gap assignment, I sagged, and that just leads to an easy 2. Again, where are you bringing the offensive player here? Look at this. I got a player right here in the gaps, okay? Right here in the gaps. I can't let this player go this way. My gap defense is right here, okay? And then I can just stunt, recover, all right? But I have to bring him to the middle of the floor. Look at how this player's angling his body, letting him go away from the teeth of my defense, which is right here. Okay? You let him go away from your gap defense. So now look. Now you got to help at the rim. So what happens when you have to help at the rim? Well, someone's got to help the helper. Okay? So in that case, there's no one going to be able to guard this skip pass. And so it eventually just leads to an open catch and shoot 3.